Hello Kenny, back again. Okay, those clips that we used for the last session, here they are here. This is what we did last time and what we ended up with. Okay, looking good. Now what we're going to look at this time is introducing text and multiple tracks. Now what you remember, I don't know quite how yours works, but any text or other effects that you put on, apart from the ones in the normal transitional time bar, go to the track above where your baseline is. That's your baseline. So if you want to put text over any part of that, you just pick on the text. It's just a basic one. Just to start, oh no, we'll do a fancy one. Again, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of them. The ones that show detail over the full screen will cover your entire image below it. The ones that are on black on the screen, where the black is, will show your image below it. So if I wanted that birthday cake one, I just drag it down on top of the image. Using your push-pull bar, I can move it to anywhere I want. On the clips below it, you can look at it and see your clips through it. So if you wanted that on there, you'd put it where you wanted it. To edit it, double click on the final image up here and you can shrink it, move it to where you want. Just take those letters off her legs and arms. So you've now introduced that clip with text on it above her. Double click on the text and add your words. You highlight them first, remember, where you want to type. My typewriter's under the desk and I can't get to it without shutting the video. I'll turn the camera off so I can get my typewriter out. Yeah, sorry about that, Kenny. I've got the tripod set up and couldn't get to my keyboard. Okay, when you're doing, as I've said, when you're doing text or anything, it goes above your baseline, so it shows in front of it. Anything you want in front has to go on the track above the last one, and if you want it to go behind something, you put it in the track below you want it to go behind. I always click on standard text. Standard text previews everything. If you select any of the others, they only preview the one that you've selected. So if you click on standard text, that shows you all text options. Again, you click on them and it shows you the text preview, whichever one you're looking for to try and get a type of effect. You have to remember, it's important, anywhere where you see a black background on the text, the image below it will show up where it's black. So what I'll do, to put that into the movie, you know you want to introduce it wherever you want to introduce it. So you just drag and drop it to the line above your image. Allow it to process. Now if you want that clip to go longer, using your little stretch tool, you can see the screen behind it, what it's covering. I'll play it actually. That's how long that timeline goes. I'll move it forward so it comes in earlier. I'll move the cursor to here and that shows you where it is on the image. Now I don't want that there, I want it to finish, say there. That's when she just goes down. That's not bad. So that's what the text will look like when you put it in. To decide what you want to write, you double click on the text. That gives you access to your box. And we can say, do you want to... Now, same as any other font, I want dance to be on the next line. So enter to go to the next line. This, oops, question mark, do you want to dance like this? If you're happy with that, you can go up to here. If you're not happy with it, and you can have plain black and white, and they say what they are, large shadow behind it, thin edge look, medium edge look, or you can go to the next one. Again, it describes it, lime green with a shadow, grey shadow looks, and they go on. Bevel, there's more font effects or more tech option. Then you got outlined, and it just goes on. So we'll just make it, I can't remember what I was on, black and white, make it yellow. You select your fonts, same as anything else. Now to select a font, you just have to highlight it. Right click on it with your mouse, drag it across in the editing section, same as anything else, and pick your font. Same with size, you have to highlight it, because what you might want to do is make dance bigger. So I'll make dance 61, highlight do you want to, make that 36. If I want, I can also go to that and make that a different text effect. So, do you want to dance like this? We'll say OK, so it renders that text onto the clip. Just let it process and have a look at it. Now from there you can shrink it to make it shorter, stretch it to make it longer, for any amount of time that you want that fits in with your overall imagery behind it. So now we have the bass track, we have another track with some text on it. A great thing that this program has is, so you can fit it into the image, you can drag that text to wherever you want. So you just click on it, so your time scale is showing the text, double click on the text, and now I can drag that up to the left, move it up to think just by clicking and holding the button down. Then go back and have a little preview of that. Do I like it there? I don't know, just so you see. I'll make it smaller and I'll drag it down to here. As you can see, the options are absolutely endless. Okay, so we'll say we're happy with that. So we'll just go back, we'll have a little preview of it. Actually, on top of that effect, it looks really stupid. So I'm click on it, so it's active. I'm just going to grab it, click and hold the button down and move it onto her when she's dancing, and you can see her. So we'll have a look at that. That's better. So, I think to myself, okay, I want to add the HDA logo into there. Now I'm right up, I don't have any more tracks above me because of where I put it. So I go back to here where the eye and the speaker is, right click, and just go insert new track above. So I have another track now, so I can put the logo on there, and the logo will be in front of that text and in front of that image because it's the top track. So I already have a logo in here somewhere, I think. Oh, I have to go to my project bin. I have a logo here. So I just drag that logo into the track above where I want it to go. Now the length of that image is the timeline. It's actually going for 8 seconds. Well, I don't want to go longer than that, so I just put the bar inside it and shrink it down and push that side till the logo image is the same length as the bit of text that's on there. Now you're not going to see that, all you see is the logo because it has the green background. All I have to do is click on the logo, editor, I imagine you've already done that, effects, it's a keyer because it's a chroma key, Studio Chrome, click on it and it's become transparent. Okay, what I would like to do is to take it from off the screen to the right to go across and go behind that text effect, and I'm going to go behind it and off the screen. So all the zooms are on 0, so I normally zoom in or out first, so let's make it that big. I'll go vertically till it's in the right spot that I want, which is there. I'll then go horizontally just off the screen. Okay, I'll go to the end of that time frame, or to the end of that clip. Now I want it to be small as by now, so I'll zoom out until it's quite small, about there. I'll move it vertically to where I want it, which will be about that, and then I'll move it horizontally till it just disappears off the screen. It won't quite go that far, I don't have enough room, so I'll do it to there. Okay, let's have a look and see what we've done. That's cool, but what you notice is because the logo is on the track above the text, the logo is in front of the text. I want it to go behind it. How would I do that? I'm going to have to put either a track below that and drag it down to there, or a track above it and move the text up to there. So I want it behind that text, so I'll right click on the text's track, insert a new track below it. There it is there. Then using the hand, I just grab that, move it down, and then move it across in underneath it. It'll process that, and now that moving logo will go behind that text. It looked a little bit harsh on entry and exit, so I'll just soften the entry and soften the exit, so that's a fade in and a fade out on the logo. And that looks nice. So what we've done now is just for that one section, we've got the primary timeline, we put that text above it, or that logo above it, which is animated going across the screen, and we put the text above that. Well, what else could we have? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Okay, I'd like to introduce some more text now, so I'll just move that aside. Change it to library. And I'll go into, I've kept everything in that I'm working on here in that Zoom file that I made for it. So I'll go into the Zoom file and I'll get something I prepared earlier. The word practice here I did in Corel Draw, just on a green background. So I'll drag that in. I put it on a green background so I can chroma screen it. So I want to introduce the word practice. So all I do is drag it again onto the track above, the one I just did. And I'm going to have this on the screen 2 or 3 times. So to save using the chroma screen 2 or 3 times, I'll go straight to that, edit, effects, go full screen so we can see as much as we can see, keys, chroma screen, and there it is. Now I'm going to have that word coming up 2 or 3 times on that one clip from different directions. So what I have to do is insert another track above it, insert another track above it. Sounds tedious, but you get very used to it. So I'm going to copy, paste. I don't know why, but it will only paste in its own track. It won't paste it in the track or above or below. You actually have to physically drag it up. Because I'm going to edit that, and I'm going to edit this one differently, I'll put 2 of them there. So I'm going to have practice, 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 all coming up on the same clip doing different things. So I'll come back to here to that one, and what I'll say is, okay, I'm just going to have this one come on screen and disappear. Obviously it's too big, so we'll shrink it down. Till it's that big. Go back and preview it. Okay, I only want that to go about 1/3 of the clip because I'm going to do 3 practices. So I just drag it and shrink it till it's about 1/3 of the clip. You can make that match up with movements in the background or anything you want to do. So now this one, I just drag it up to the clip above it, line it up at the start, and I want that one to come in about 3/4 of the way through that one. Now, what do I want to do with this one? Maybe if I make it small there and having it getting bigger and bigger and bigger and disappear off the screen on that side there. So I select it, editor, pan and zoom. I want it to be animated. I make that big so we can see I've got, from that point there, I've got 10, 11, 3 3/3 seconds. So it's going to take 3 3/4 seconds to disappear off the screen. So I go back here, I want no zoom to start with, just out of habit. I'll preset that at 0. I'll go in, I want it in timeline, so you always see it in timeline. I want it really small to start with. I want it right up the top of the screen. And we want it to disappear up to the right really big. Now that one says no, 0. So you just click on that to set it in the bar so nothing happens to it. I go to the end. Now I want it to be really big. I want to move it down to there and across to the right and make it disappear off the screen there. So now that clip will go. Obviously the next one would have to come from tiny there and disappear big off there, I would imagine. So I'll move it up to the next track above it. I'll bring it in a little bit later so they're not all coming in at the same time. Remember, it has to end here. This is the end of the clip. So it will end there. Okay, we'll come back to the start of the clip. Pan and zoom. Animated. Click at the timeline so we can see it. Again, oh, well, I won't reset them. I'll go really, really small. I'll go horizontally. And I might even take it off the screen a little bit. We'll move it up a little bit. And he's going to come zooming down and disappear off the screen down there. So we'll go across, one clip back. And we want it zoomed right in. We'll move that horizontally. There's the E. I might have zoomed in a bit too far. And we'll move it vertically down. Over till the E disappears at the end of the clip. And that's build up a series of layers. I'll shrink that down. And I'll just stretch the timelines up so you can see the layers. Okay, there's your baseline. Then we have the logo. Then we have your text. And then we have the word practice 3 times on the one clip, doing 3 different things. And if you look at that, that shows you how to get multiple effects all on one clip. You just build your layers up and keep building them up as high as you want to go. There is actually no limit. Okay, that's it, Kenny, for another day. Di's gone out. She might be out for the night. She's babysitting for Beck now. So I'm on my own. I'm going to get to sit back, watch the cricket and have a jolly good time. Catch you later, bro.